Apex Legends is going strong in its 11th season now, but with the amount of legends that are in the game, knowing some of the ins and outs with the characters can be a bit overwhelming. So hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest 8-second gaming, and today I'm going to dive into things and give you one tip for every ultimate in Apex. Every ultimate in Apex seems pretty straightforward on their surfaces, but you really want to know how to leverage every part of their kit. But even more than that, you can actually learn these tips for other legends and know what kind of stuff players will be looking to pull off on you, so you can use that information to counter them and become an even better player. So pay attention to them all, and let's start things off with Bloodhound. When in Bloodhound Ultimate, knocks or kills increase the amount of time you have in it, so you don't always have to be instantly pushing with it. You can use the time you have to work a team and play off the time increase with each knock. The amount of time you get extended will confuse the team because you seem to be in it forever and are just constantly scanning them. The longer the ult, the more scans you get. The more scans you get, the more information your team has. The more information, the easier the fight. And now next up is Gibby. One sneaky tactic I love to use on teams is what I call a diversion ultimate. It's not meant to be offensive or anything like that, it's just used to mask you and your team's rotation. An example is a team is holding a building or spot in front of you. They see you and your team didn't try to shoot you. What you then do is throw your ultimate just barely in front of them to force them into their spots or to cut off sightlines. You then use that ultimate to cover up you and your team as you sneak past them and make your way to a new, better spot. This is a good way to avoid third parties in highly contested areas or just to avoid fights in bad spots. Now let's talk about Lifeline. Her ult is very straightforward, but one thing you should always be looking to do is call it down in endgame scenarios in order to give you and your teammates more cover. Having even the slightest bit of cover in endgame can make or break it for you and your team, and I've personally won games while holding the tiniest boulder because the other people are forced to fight. Don't underestimate the advantages that even the most minuscule amounts of cover can give you. Now for Pathfinder, what you can do is put your zip down right beside you mid-fight if a team is pushing. This then allows you to do super jumps off of it and move around to be harder to hit. If you're able to go into the firing range and learn how to hit shots off of it, then you'll be able to outplay a lot of teams and pick up some dope clips while doing it. Just quickly though, if you guys are enjoying the video, please do me a huge favor and drop a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. But for Wraith's ultimate, you can look to implement a kidnap. This is where you place the portal down mid-air, that way your victim can't get back into it easily. The higher the better. You then run full speed at a team in a building or corner and drop the other end on top of someone. With the right placement, they will then be forced into the portal and send them to your awaiting team with an easy kill. This is really good near endgame or if your team is really struggling on loot. For Bangalore, don't just use her ultimate as a defensive tool, it's not just for zoning. Throw it down at a team and force them into a building or hiding spot, then run as the waves explode in order to get on top of them before they can even move. This is actually what Bangalore was intended for and why she's considered an offensive legend, but not a lot of people know that. Getting this down can lead to people getting singled out and makes for easy kills. Next up is Caustic. People that play Gas Daddy don't know where to throw his ultimate and end up panic throwing it on top of an already going trap. Well, they don't stack damage, so it's not worth doing that. Use it as another mobile trap to keep zoning people, or better yet, run it into a Gibby bubble and throw it in there. It makes the bub unplayable and the people that are inside get caught out and are easy cleanups. For Mirage, don't use his ultimate when people are looking at you. It's very easy to track what one it is if you do that. First, make sure you break LOS and then pop it, allowing you to act like a clone and take new angles on teams. Doing this can lead to you knocking someone and being able to push and capitalize a lot better. Moving on to Octane though, if you are trying to use his pad to get onto a high spot and you just aren't able to get there, then here's what you need to do. Walk right next to it and melee the air. It will send your character forward slightly onto the pad. This will then launch you straight up and give you an extra height boost, allowing you to get into some places you normally wouldn't be able to get to. This can be really useful for getting your team into good rotation spots or onto high ground. For Watson, she is much like Lifeline. Using her ultimate as a form of cover can be very useful when it comes down to it. Back when I was a Watson main, I used to love putting my gen down and playing around it. You get heals from it while being shot and can easily peek out from side to side. If they decide to shoot the generator and not you, then they are easy kill if you can reliably one-clip people. Now we have Crypto and LOBA. I'm talking about these two together because they go hand in hand. Having both on your team, you are able to pull off some really sneaky grief plays. If you know a team is sitting in a building you want to set up on them, have Crypto fly his drone on top of the building and wait. As he does this, LOBA places down her black market and she and your third teammate sit in it. Crypto then activates his EMP and the enemy team will drop their shields, trying not to give you free evo. You then use the black market to steal their shields and they're basically a free push because they have no armor. This is really fun for all 5 Crypto mains that are out there. For Revenant, Revenant, I see a lot of people that get caught out when using his totem. They don't actually take enough damage, so they run out of time and are in bad spots. If you absolutely have to, you can use a nade to deal damage to yourself in order to get sent back to the totem. This has gotten me out of some really bad spots with incoming 4th and 5th parties. When using Rampart and Sheila, it does have a spin up time before firing, so if you're going to peek a corner, don't get caught out with the spin up time. Start pre-spinning before you peek that, and that will allow you to be firing as soon as you come around the corner, leaving no downtime for them to shoot you back. For Horizon, her ultimate can rip doors off, so if you're in a door battle with someone, throw your ult beside you. It'll rip that off, leaving your enemy exposed and allow you to take an easy kill. You really shouldn't ever kick doors, it leaves you too open, so this is a good way to get around that. But do be careful, because after you kill them, you are in your own ultimate, you can get caught out. With Fuse, you don't actually have to use your ultimate outside. I don't know where some people got this. There are no restrictions like there used to be with Valkyrie. If you know a team is camping a room, you can walk in, pop Motherload, and watch the chaos ensue. And bonus points if you're able to throw some knuckle clusters or nades in there to cause even more panic. And for Valkyrie, one thing I don't notice a lot of people doing is using her ultimate to see where teams are playing. If you already have a solid spot in zone and won't need to use your ultimate for a while or even at all, then you can send her up to the sky solo and have her fly around. Her passive will mark people near you and show you where teams are playing, giving you a lot of information to win the game. Having that information to know where teams are playing is very crucial for winning endgame zones. Now for Seer, if you are in a peak battle with someone and you can't seem to get the edge on them, or you always do the same amount of damage and you can't push off of it, what you'll want to do is throw your ultimate into the open. They will peek to shoot that and not you, giving you free open shots on them and can allow you to push or even kill if you're accurate enough. And lastly, the newest character of the game, Ashe. When using her portal to push a building, I always see people take roofs, which is smart, don't get me wrong. You can play height, get angles, and pump out a lot of damage, but next time try blowing up their door with a nade and then ulting right into the building. People don't expect it and can lead to people getting caught off guard, making it an easy 3v2. But that's going to be it for today's video though. I hope you guys learned a new trick or tactic to use. If there was one that really stuck out to you, what was it? My personal favorite is the crypto LOBA trick. It's super fun to do and can lead to some amazing clips. And once again, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. It really honestly does help the channel a lot. It shows YouTube that people like our content and makes them push it out even more. Also, if you've made it this far and haven't subscribed yet, what's the holdup? Smash that sub button and ring the bell to be notified when we post new videos. We do daily, highly educational Apex content you won't want to miss. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm 8 Second Gaming, and I'll see you in the next one.